Motion for me?
I do. I would like to make a motion to install Brooke as the senator for the School of Journalism and Mass Communication.
There has been a motion by Senator Hungerpiller to install Senator Redkowski as the new senator for the School of Journalism and Mass Communications. Is there a second to that motion?
Second.
All in favor? Say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it. Senator Redkowski, you can step forward to take your oath of office, as well as our Associate Justice.
Raise your right hand. I state your name.
I, Brooke Redkowski,
Do solemnly pledge
do solemnly pledge
to faithfully execute
to faithfully execute
the office of Student Body Senator,
the office of Student Body Senator,
to abide by the Student Government Constitution,
to abide by the Student Government Constitution,
to uphold the Carolinian Creed,
to uphold the Carolinian Creed,
and to represent my constituents
and to represent my constituents
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
Congratulations.
I would like to move to approve the journal of March 2016.
March 16th for clarification. Thank you very much. Senator Ward makes that motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Without objection, so ordered. We are now in line for general orders, beginning with reports from committee chairmen. The chair recognizes Senator Toller, representative of the Rules Committee.
Hey everyone, it's good to see you guys again. This week, the Rules Committee met on Monday. We had a very long meeting. It was great. We have one of the longest second sessions I've ever seen out of any Senate, so that's incredibly beneficial for the Senate that we're getting started on this note. And I really encourage you guys to continue writing legislation. The Rules Committee has determined that all of the bills were favorable to move on to the first reading calendar. We checked them for grammar, and then we contacted you if there was any errors. And at this time, I do yield for questions if there are any.
Senator Toller yields to questions. Are there any questions? Seeing none, thank you very much.
Thank you.
The chair recognizes Senator Stewart of the Academics Committee.
Good evening, everybody. So my committee still has not met yet. We actually meet tonight at 7 after Senate. So I'll have the minutes for those meetings tomorrow, not tomorrow, next week. So anyways, with that being said, next week we will start recognizing our first teacher of the week, so I'm really excited about that. We'll also be starting to write legislation for the Classroom Improvement Project Survey, which was one of Ross's academic initiatives during his campaign. So with that, we'll be sending out a survey to the student body to analyze the conditions of classrooms around campus, just to figure out how they can be better improved. And then we will send that data to the administration, so that this questions.
Senator Stewart yields for questions. Are there any questions? Seeing none, thank you very much. The chair recognizes Senator Helms of the Athletics Committee.
Hey guys, so my committee as well has not met. We actually meet tonight after Senate and Student Government Office. If anyone would like to join us. But we do have some legislation on the calendar tonight. We actually nominated our first athlete of the week, and we nominated that to be Adam Hill, who's a baseball player. So you're going to see that later on the night. As well as we are extending you guys the opportunity to nominate anyone for athlete of the week. That can be collegiate or club sports. And then we're going to open it up to the university-wide, bring out Twitter polls and things like that. We don't want to limit it to my committee. We should nominate someone every week. So if you guys have any suggestions on that, please feel free to let me know, or you can come to meetings. Send me an email. But right now, I have questions.
Senator Helms yields for questions. Are there any questions? Senator Sobelman.
Does the athlete of the week get written about in like the daily game dog, or is it just a recognition of legislation?
It's a resolution, so if you look at Be Afraid to Resolve, it'll say it goes to the daily game club as well as they'll be presented their actual resolution that we write, and with a nice presentation, we'll get them recognized and that way. But yeah, it's something we're trying to look out to be. I would like to make it to where it's kind of a really well-known thing around campus. It's kind of an honor to be athlete of the week. Taking something I did in our hometown, like the Muse Youth nominated, it was a huge deal where the athlete league got a t-shirt and stuff like that. But obviously, this is just like beginning, trying to start. But as for now, they'll be presented with a resolution that has the specific statistics that
up and nominate for activity. For the yield questions.
Senator Helms for the yields. Are there any other questions? Seeing none, thank you, Senator Helms. Just for a point of clarification for you guys, if you do come in early to Senate, or sorry, if you do come in late to Senate, if you will approach the clerk, that way he can make sure you're documented. Just some rules of procedure for you going forward. That would be much appreciated. The chair now recognizes Senator Murphy of the Environmental Affairs Committee.
Hi everybody. So our committee met on Monday night, and we elected our vice chair, Juan Barcenas. We also talked about some of our goals for the upcoming term. Some of those, as mentioned at our very first meeting last week, were to continue pushing for the Student Sustainability Fund. And then we also talked about implementing a campus-wide blackout for Sustainability Day, where we all strive to limit the amount of electricity that's used on campus on a designated day. And what we're going to do with that so far is work to establish a partnership with the eco reps and potentially work with them during their no impact week and see if we can get a partnership there. So that's where that project is at. It's in the very beginning stages right now. And then we also talked about looking at getting recycling bins in the Greek housing on campus, as well as putting some recycling bins and some waste bins in some of the high traffic areas on campus, like the Horseshoe. And yeah, that's about it. And now you for questions.
Senator Murphy yields for questions. Are there any questions, Senator Bass?
So the only thing I'm going to put out is, in my work specifically, I'm not sure about everyone, we have no recycling bins for recyclable. So every no matter what it is, it just goes in the trash.
Okay, what Jordan you did? Okay. Any other questions? I further yield.
Senator further yields. Are there any other questions? Seeing none, thank you, Senator Murphy. The chair recognizes Senator Holgate of the Finance Committee.
Good evening, everybody. We met from 2 to 4 last Friday. It was a workshop. We went over some of the codes and some of the guidelines and goals we're going to have for this year. And every member of that committee who could not attend on Friday, I need to meet with you very briefly after this and go over a few things. And then, of course, our first official meeting is this Friday from 2:30 to 4:30. That's when we'll be electing a vice chair, and we'll actually be hearing allocation requests. And we do need a few more members, so if anyone's interested, please reach out to me. If you want to meet up afterwards along with everyone else, and you're not behind. You missed the workshop, but it's not that much anymore. So, all right, thank you.
Senator does not yield for any questions. So the chair now recognizes Senator Llewellyn of the Judiciary Committee. Llewellyn, excuse me.
Hello. I'd just like to clarify a couple things. We did meet last Senate. One of my members was out there, please. We meet after Senate immediately in the downstairs, we did find SBL 10801 favorable, but there's also, I'm making an amendment. We talked it over a little bit during our meeting, and there was a couple things we wanted to do to make it very apparent and straightforward in front of us. So hopefully we'll be talking about that in the second calendar. I think that's about it. We don't have, we're going to projects currently, but we're going to be starting on a code reform project in these next couple of weeks. So if you like reading codes, please come and join us. We always welcome new members. And I yield for questions.
Senator Llewellyn yields for questions. Are there any questions? Seeing none, thank you, Senator Llewellyn. Chair now recognizes Senator Jackson of the Multicultural Affairs Committee.
Hi guys, okay. We had our first meeting this Sunday at 8 o'clock. A few things that we discussed were some few things that I brought up to you guys, our first meeting. So we talked about the UNO classes, and we're getting our leaders from our different multicultural organizations and our Greek organizations and our LGBTQ organizations. We're getting our lead people to come in and talk to our UNO students just about their organizations and the things that they're doing, so they can become aware of it as soon as they get here, because we have so many, and a lot of times we have no idea how many organizations and things we have and what they're doing. We also talked about doing resolutions for our lead people in these organizations, even if they're not a chair or a president of these organizations, who are the members of the organizations that are promoting diversity, who are the ones that are really stepping up and stepping out. And we want to get a few of those in before next semester. We also discussed having a cultural competence discussion panel. We want to do, I guess, 3 per semester, starting next semester, and we want to pull 5 people per panel from those 3 organizations or sections under the Multicultural Affairs branch. And we just want to bring them together. Of course, it'll be open to the entire student body to come and listen and see what diversity means to them and what ideas they have to promote more diversity under their branch or under their section. Also, we discussed having a dance night. We have a world night, but we wanted to do just something fun like a dance night. So for all of our organizations under Multicultural Affairs, just a fun event to have where they show their dances or different traditions that they have, just open for a fun night for the student body to come out. We also have a goal to reach out to all lead team members and students and faculty in the LGBTQ community, multicultural affairs, multicultural organizations, and the Greek one as well. We want our committee to meet them so they know who we are, so we can establish good relationships. So when we need anything or if they need anything and they have any ideas or suggestions, we can get on that and we can have a good communication process. We also elected a vice chair. Her name is Jane Lordo. She is not here. She will not be able to make the Senate meetings. I think that's one reason why she wanted to take on that leadership role. But she's so excited about it, and hopefully some meetings she'll actually be able to come in here and talk to you guys a little bit about the things that we're doing. So that is all, and I do look for questions.
Senator Jackson yields for questions. Are there any questions? Seeing none, thank you very much, Senator Jackson. The chair now recognizes Senator Hungerpiller, nominee for chairmanship of the Powers and Responsibilities Committee.
Good afternoon, everybody. I hope you're having just as wonderful a day as I am. All right, to start things off, last Wednesday, the Powers and Responsibilities Committee had its first meeting. During that time frame, all 4 pieces of legislation referred to us we found favorable. Also, we elected a vice chair, Senator Ward, and a second vice chair, Senator Newman. In addition to that, we are also working on a resolution to pass, which will come up for a vote tonight. And we have been in the process of vetting some candidates to fill the vacant seats. And tonight, as you can see, we found one favorable, Senator Rakowski. So other than that, I have nothing to report, and I yield for questions.
Senator Hungerpiller yields for questions. Are there any questions? Seeing none, thank you very much. The chair recognizes Senator Farrell of the Safety and Transportation.
It's just sort of like general outline, and we look forward to next week, kind of like pinning down and working on more specific objectives that we have for the rest of the semester. At this point, I yield to questions.
Senator Farrell yields for questions. Are there any questions? Seeing none, thank you very much. The chair recognizes Senator Bass of the Student Services Committee.
So good evening, everyone. Hope everyone is having a great day. As Senator Hungerpiller said, better than I would. So we had our meeting on Monday at 7:15, which is probably going to be around the structured meeting time. If anything changes, I'll be sure to let you guys know. Would love to see some more of you guys there if anyone's interested in joining. So on Monday we elected a vice chair, Senator Moran, and I'm very excited for that. I think he shares a lot of the same passions that I do. So I'm positive he'll do a great job. So we talked recently about our goals and a few of our pet projects that we're going to start doing over the next couple weeks. Hopefully you'll see a couple next week that I'm really excited to share with you, but just need a little bit more time figuring out the logistics. But besides that, nothing really. It was just a short meeting, good meeting, but nothing really to talk about. I'd like to remind you guys that there is a Pillars percent night at Matteo's tonight from 6 to 9. They really love your support. And then just for my own sake, Senator Murphy, I do want to speak to you after this hearing. But with that, I will yield for questions.
Senator Bash yields for questions. Are there any questions? Seeing none, thank you very much. We're now in line for a report from Freshman Council. A representative from Freshman Council is recognized. Seeing none. We are now in line for a report from the Residence Hall Association. A representative from RHA is recognized.
Hey everyone, it's nice to see so many faces here. In case you don't know, I'm Ashley Martin, and I'm Certificate Liaison for the Executive Board of RHA. So last night, RHA actually did something a little different, and we had a casual Senate in which all of our senators and presidents could bring $2, and it would all go towards St. Lawrence Place, which is a charity that's helping homeless people get back into the working world with like independent skills and everything. So I think we raised around like $200 with that. And I'm still working on counting it. But along with that, we also passed 2 legislations, one for capstone and one for capstone. And at this time, the executive board is currently reviewing our constitution.
The representative yields for questions. Are there any questions? Seeing none, thank you very much. We are now in line for a report from Constitutional Counsel. Associate Justice Kennedy is recognized.
Hey guys, I'm Kennedy. Just for you guys that don't know what Constitutional Counsel is, we're basically the judicial branch of student government or the appellate court. Just the announcements for this week is that we opened our applications. We have a couple of seats opening up for next year. So if you know anybody that's legally inclined that you think would be a great fit for a justice, then really encourage them to apply. Our applications are available on the student government website under the Constitutional Counsel tab. Other than that, I yield to questions.
The Associate Justice yields for questions. Are there any questions? Senator Newman.
When are the applications?
It should be, the applications technically, they're live right now, but technically they go live in a couple of days and it'll be a week after that. So sometime at the end of next week or the beginning of November. Sorry, I'm not sure on the exact dates, but it's on the website for sure.
Does the Associate Justice further yield? She does. Are there any other questions? Seeing none, thank you very much.
Thank you guys, have a good one.
We are now in line for a report from our student body treasurer, Stinson Rogers, or a representative thereof. Seeing none, is there a motion to suspend the rules to allow Chief Advisor Nick Santa Maria to give a report from the Office of the Student Body Vice President? Senator Loudon makes that motion. Is there a second? Without objection, so ordered.
Right. I thought I was pretty friendly last time, but okay. So from the Office of the Student Body President, I'm filling in as clerk today as well as we'll be having our meeting now for external affairs. But we currently have 15 external initiatives that are in the planning stage, and we're working on establishing initial contacts for those. I'm going to be reaching out to a lot of people in Senate for a lot of support with that. We want to help support a lot of things with sustainability. I'm actually going to be meeting with Senator Stewart tomorrow to discuss some things that we're working on. But just know that in the coming weeks, we're going to have a lot of updates for you and a lot of new, hopefully, initiatives to hopefully get your support and then to work on that. With that, I yield to questions.
Chief Advisor yields to questions. Are there any questions? Seeing none, thank you very much. We are now in line for a report from Student Body President Michael Parks.
Good evening, members of the 108th University of South Carolina Student Senate. I trust that tonight's briefing finds you well after a warm week here on campus filled with many exams, at least for me. Let me first address the Creed Week t-shirts. I'd like to thank many of you who have lent a hand over the last few days in our efforts to distribute 5,000 t-shirts with the Creed tenets on them to the student body. Now, seeing that I do not have a cabinet yet, each of your participation in this process has truly been invaluable. And on behalf of all of student government and our advisors, Ms. Teresa included, I thank you for stepping up to the challenge, and I also commend and thank Vice President Ross Lordo for his leadership in this matter. In regard to cabinet, to the formation of this upcoming year's executive cabinet, applications are open throughout the end of this week. So until the close of business on Friday, the application portal will be open. I ask the members of this body to encourage your friends, your roommates, your classmates, your neighbors, your coworkers, random people that you encounter on campus to apply for cabinet if they're interested, to ensure that this student body's most qualified and most passionate students are nominated to serve our student body for the duration of next school year. To further update you, interviews will be conducted next week and nominations will be submitted to Vice President Lordo as soon as possible for this body's review. I look forward to building professional relationships and friendships with each of you over the duration of the next year, and by all means, please do not hesitate to contact me directly regarding any matter of concern. At this time, I yield to questions.
President Parks yields to questions. Are there any questions? Senator Ward.
Senator Ward, yes, sir.
Are you able to give us an update on the pending DUI charge?
Yes, sir, and I'm glad that you asked me that. I'm pleased to inform the members of the 108th Student Senate that my pending traffic charge that occurred 2 months ago in January was dropped in traffic court this afternoon. Can I answer any more questions regarding this matter?
Senator Parks further yields. Are there any other questions? Senator Barcinas.
Sir, yes.
This is back to the cabinet thing. Where
Yes,
did you
sir.
say the applications were?
Excuse, can you say that one more
Where
time?
did you say the applications could be?
Where are they? So they're available on the student government website, as well as on various social media outlets, Twitter, Facebook, that sort of thing. Any more questions? Senator Bradley, yes, ma'am. I guess it's your job to call on Mr. Vice President. I apologize.
Thank you, President Parks, for your understanding. Senator Bradley, you're recognized.
Yeah, whenever they apply for a certain position or just like applying for
So we have, the process that we have in place right now is a 3-tier application. So luckily we're getting so much talent that we want applicants to rate their top 3 most interested positions. So that being said, we have a ton of applicants for one particular position. We can kind of balance the talent a little bit and maybe push it, to another position that they're, better suited for, that sort of thing.
President, further yield?
No.
All right. Senator Sobelman.
Are there any cabinet positions that have 0 applicants yet, or?
I'll have to check. I don't believe so. But that being said, we can always use more. There's some that have more than others for sure there. And if you'd be interested in those numbers, we can get together afterwards and I'd be happy to discuss them. Thank you for asking.
Any other questions?
Yes, ma'am.
Senator Jackson.
Do you have exact meeting dates, or do you know how much of a time commitment being on cabinet would be? Do you know if you guys do it once a week or twice a week? I know we just really got in there, but as far as for those who are interested, but are just concerned about the time commitment.
Yeah, so that's a great question. Thank you for bringing that up. So obviously cabinet meetings will be once a week, Tuesday nights at 6, which I think it's been grandfathered in here in student government. The cabinet meets every Tuesday night at 6, at least for the last several years. That being said, we're expecting our cabinet secretaries to put in between 5 and 10 hours of work a week at least. For kind of more, for some positions that require a little bit more legwork, we're going to require and encourage secretaries to have their own committees. That being said, we're going to expect those particular secretaries to meet with their committees before cabinet before cabinet every Tuesday night to report to myself and my staff on the progress that their committee has made during the week. Does that answer your question? Fantastic.
Any other questions for the President? Seeing none, thank you very much.
Thank you all.
We are now in line for special orders of the Senate. Are there any petitions, appointments, or applications, or other the clerk will read?
A communication from the Office of the Student Body Vice President concerning the nomination of committee chairs. Colin Hungerpiller as chairman of the Powers and Responsibilities Committee.
Is there a motion to approve? Senator Newman, motion to approve. Is there a second? Second. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? The ayes have it. Continuing in special orders of the Senate, are there any petitions, appointments, applications, or other the clerk will read?
Application of Ryan Anderson and Austin Gard to be seated on the Student Senate.
Refer to the Powers and Responsibilities Committee. We are now in line to elect delegation chairs. Is there a motion to go into a 5-minute recess to allow delegations to meet and nominate chairs? Senator Bass motions to go into a 5-minute recess. Is there a second? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? The ayes have it. Please, once your delegation has chosen a chair, please come to the Chief of Staff to inform her of your chair.
All right, this delegation, stand up.